Hi, I'm Hannah Rickaby, student number 16445200, and this is my Systems Design and Development Assignment 2. As you can see here, I have Java Eclipse open, and this is the background, the coding of my project. Here I will first show you, this is our vehicle Java. When creating the application and the project, I believe that inheritance would be the way that we would create this application. So I'll just quickly show you the background of that. So our main class, our superclass, is vehicle. Here we have all the protected strings and the information with the setters and getters. And this will be what the three subclasses, car, minibus, and lorry, take some of their information from. Then, as it is inheritance, car, minibus, and lorry all have some extra classes included onto them. For example, car has some subclasses of fuel type and number of doors, and again, I have their setters and getters. Minibus has seat capacity with its setter and getter, and lorry has lorry capacity with its setter and getter again. In the vehicle, we've also created, sorry, no, that's incorrect. Then had to create customer. Customer was a separate class, however, it is linked to the vehicle class. So the customer class, we had to create its own set of attributes, so it has its own information. And here you can see an array list which links it to the vehicle. Carrying on with this, again, it has its setters and getters to create its own class. I will now open the application and show you some information from that. So if we press on this is our login, and it's been created using Window Builder. So if we press play, proceed. So this is our application. From this point, we should be able to enter two different logins. We should be able to enter a staff login, which is simply username staff and password staff, and it opened this staff GUI here. And we should be able to enter a customer login, which is customer and customer, and it should then open this customer login here. So let's try that. Staff and staff. Let's log in. It has correctly opened our staff GUI. So I'll quickly show you around this. This is our staff GUI. It has two main tabs, vehicles, and if you double click it, customers. So you can add a customer and you can delete a customer by searching their customer ID. Add a customer by adding the information there. Vehicles, you should be able to return a vehicle by entering the reg number of the vehicle and the customer ID. So it's linked together, and press return. Delete a vehicle by searching the registration number. Adding a new car, adding a new lorry, and adding a new minibus. Loan vehicle would then show us all vehicles that are in our catalogue, and logout should exit the system. There are some errors within this system. I will try and show you the code that has been inputted that doesn't work. However, there are parts of the system that do also work. So if I will, first of all, I'll go back to login and show you. It opens up the customer applications. Proceed again. Customer, login. Now you can see that this is a different GUI and this is the customer GUI. Here they have only one tab, it's a use tab. On account on loan will show the cars that they have on loan. Return vehicle, they can request to return a vehicle by entering the registration number. Car, lorry, minibus will show them the cars, lorries, and minibus that the company currently have in as not on loan, and they can inquire about hiring one out by entering the reg number here and inquiring, and this will send information to the other one. And then again, it's like the same, press log out and it should log out. So we go back to the We go back to the staff GUI. Let's log in. So here we can try and now add a new car. So if we go and using event action listeners, this should take the information from what we're inputting here. It should run it through the system and it should create it into an array that we've created on the code, and this should write an object. So if we put in Toyota, I go 5 doors, page number, TB, top speed 65, fuel type, petrol, daily rate 56, and press add. Move this over. You can see here now that our array has one object stored in it. So go back to that. So that information we've just put in has been stored. I now go to add new lorry. So we'll do Mercedes model big load capacity of 78, reg number Y09, HMI, speed 60, and daily rate of 100, and press add. We can see here that this has been added into our vehicle array, and the array now has 2 objects stored in it, which is correct. So we go back to it and add a new minibus this time. So we'll do a VW Beta, seat capacity 18, branch number JMO 15 KFJ, top speed of 80, a daily rate of 98. Press add. You can here again see that the array has 3 objects stored in it. So this is adding the information into the arrays. However, this is where the issue comes from in it. So if we open up the files, you can actually see that in my files that the vehicle info file, which is where the arrays and the information goes into, has been created. So that is working. However, this is where there is a bug in the system. You should be able to press log out, and as you press log out, take this information and write it to the file. However, as you can see by pressing log out, nothing happens in the controller and it's not terminating the application. So if I press exit, it now says terminated. However, if I go onto the staff GUI and find the logout button, so here is code inputted that it should write the information to a file. However, it isn't happening. So it's got the vehicle file, the vehicle info here has been created. However, what should now happen is if we open back up the staff GUI, staff information should have been written to this application. And what should happen is if it was correctly working, we'd be able to display it here. However, the information isn't writing to the system, and we can tell this by if I add another one. So I'll just quickly put in anything. Press add. You can see that it starts again from the beginning, adding the array objects. So there is definitely a bug in the system, which with more time could be fixed. The same for customer. If you create a customer, and press add, it does. This is a new object. It's a new object, which is why it currently shows here saying only one object and one object. So there is something working. This is working. This array system is working. However, the background system isn't. So again, we can see we have the customer file. If we exited it, exit the application, sorry, this isn't opening. If we exit the application, it then doesn't write to it. So that is my system. Thank you for watching.